Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Washington Commanders franchise here on Madden NFL 24 as the Commanders now sit 3-8 on the season after a upset win last week against the New York Giants where they won 20-16 in the debut of interim head coach Leslie Frazier. As today they have a favorable matchup, one of the few times we've been able to say that this year, against the 3-7 Los Angeles Rams led by Sean McVay. And before we get into the game, we have a couple of roster things to kind of talk about. The first one is a re-signing. We haven't had many of these this season, but we have some key players who are free agents after this year, and I want to re-sign one of them. Defensive end Montez Sweat wants to stay here, and he only wants a 3-year deal. Now, he is 29 years old, but Sweat has been an integral part of this team. He's missed some time this season with some injury, but he's been a very good sack production guy for us the past few years. So we're going to re-sign him to a 3-year, $46 million contract, and he will accept. Now, the other move I want to make is at quarterback. And no, we're not replacing Michael Penix Jr., but I do want a veteran to go in this locker room because Atkinson, while he did have the Cinderella game early, isn't really much of a leader, and there's not much of a leader in this grouping, and we're going to bring in Marcus Mariota to be the backup for the rest of the season. Now, in order to make that roster move, we're going to release Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who hasn't really seen the field with us this season, and we will move on to week number 12. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. We'll see if the Commanders can build a winning streak here today at Commanders Field as we get ready, and kickoff is underway. It's the Thanksgiving week in the NFL as well. As this one will go out the back of the end zone, we'll take a look at Michael Penix Jr. in this offense, who got a win last week. Now, obviously, Penix Jr.'s numbers have not been good this season, but he has been playing better the past couple of weeks, and he actually has 10 touchdowns. Remember, one of those against Johnny Wilson does not count for some reason. They'll start off their own 25-yard line with a give to Antonio Gibson to start, and he's going to get bottled up. Maybe at 1. 2nd and 9 now. Singletary now in the backfield. They give it to him, and he's going to get a little bit of space. But quickly, it's now 3rd and 5. Remember, new offensive coordinator Joe Blymeyer is the interim guy. Is on 3rd and 5. They try to hit McLaurin on the slants, and he cannot hold on to the contact. It's the 3-and-out for the Commanders, which will bring out Drake May in this Rams offense. May in his 3rd season in the National Football League, and he's gotten better each year. Up to 2,600 yards, 20 touchdowns to 8 interceptions in the season, despite the Rams' record only being 3-7. They'll start for their own 41 after the punt, and here's a give to Cam Akers, who's going to go backwards. Loss of 1. 2nd 11 I formation. They give it to Akers again. This time he gets a little bit more space before running into the arms of Amos. And it's quickly a 3rd and 7 for the Rams. However, there's a flag down, and it looks like they're going to get Chase Young on an encroachment. Maybe a little bit too trigger happy on that right side, so instead we gift them 5 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 2. They go play fake on 3rd and 2. May down the field as a man wide open is Cooper Kupp, and Kupp gets inside this 20, a big 30-yard strike. Kupp has missed 6 games this year with an injury, but he's still been sensational when he's on the field. 1st and 10, and May is going backwards. A 13-yard sack for Daron Payne backs them up. Now 2nd and 23. They're going to give it to Akers, and he's going to maybe get 1. Now it's a long 3rd and 22 for the Rams. May in the gun will take the snap. 4-man rush. Has a clean pocket, and he throws it, and it's going to airmail the end zone. And Sweat's actually hurt on the play. He would be okay overall. The Rams get 3 to begin the day. Next drive here for the Commanders is the touch pass to McLaurin, just trying to get a completion on the day after 2 drops from his team. That picks up 5. Now 2nd and 5. Handoff Gibson left side, and he's going to maybe get 3. And it's another 3rd down for Washington. They're going to go to the air. Bubble screen for Dockery, and Dockery's going to get it. He picks up the 1st down on the 3-yard bubble screen. Out in Rams territory, gives to Singletary. Tries to cut it back, but there's not much to go there as he is upended after 2. 2nd and 8. Penix back to the air now as he steps up in the pocket. Has McLaurin short. Picks up 6. Makes it a much more manageable 3rd and 2. 3 tight ends in the formation. They're going to give it to Singletary, and he's going to squeeze through and pick up 7 in the 1st down. And Commanders driving the football well here on their 2nd drive of the day. They give it to Gibson now, right side, and he's going to follow his blocks and get 8. 2nd and 2, 3 tight ends again in the formation. It's the play that Penix likes. Instead, he's going to go down, sacked by Dennis Sutton. Remember, no Tyron Smith on the left side, as Commanders will kick 3 on that drive. 3-3 is now your score. But yes, Tyron Smith still out with an injury. Alfonso Kemp is at left tackle, something to watch out for on the next offensive possession. After a first down from Cooper Kupp, that one should be intercepted. There's 2 Commanders in the area. Instead, it's incomplete. 2nd and 10, alone in the backfield is May, and he tries to set up a screen, but he can't get it off in time. And now it's 3rd and 10. This time he has Akers in the backfield with him. May in the pocket, has sweat in his face, and he just dumps it to the sideline, lives to fight another day. Punting it away, now still tied up at 3. As Penix off the play fake, 1st and 10. He's got McLaurin downfield. A little bit new wrinkles in the offense with Blymeyer now calling plays for the offense, and that's one of them there. 1st and 10, another pass play, as he cannot connect on Clancy. He had a wide open Wilson across the middle. 2nd and 10 now, handoff Singletary, and he's going to fight for 5. Makes it now 3rd and 5. Back to the air. Penix drops back to throw, and he's going to try to lob this one, but it's knocked away by Andrew Booth. And we'll go to the end of the first quarter where the Commanders do lead after the field goal, 6-3 in a low-scoring affair. The Rams, though, with the football, 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. May to throw it right side. He's got his tight end Beckett, who's going to get 6, as making now 2nd and 4. Kupp now in the backfield to the right of May, as he's going to look downfield. He's going to find Beckett again. He beats Richard Amos, now getting the starts at strong safety. 1st down for the Rams. Double A gap look here for Washington as Akers gets bottled up, and he's going to end up losing 2. But Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is hurt on the play, and he will not return. That's a big loss for this defense. He's been the captain of that linebacker group. 3rd and 12, Cam Akers gets it off the dump off. He will not get close to the 1st down, but the Rams will kick 3 and tie it up at 6 apiece. Low-scoring field goal game so far as Singletary somehow finds 3. That's being brought down by Dalvin Tomlinson. Next play, Penix to the air, and he can't connect on McLaurin. Let him a little too much. And now it's 3rd and 7 in the pistol. Penix to throw, moves to his right, and he's going to get hit as he throws. Had McLaurin breaking open, but instead it's going to be a punt for Washington. Next drive, Cam Akers meets the 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, Jonathan Allen in the backfield. He's got quite a few TFLs already. Now 3rd and 8 for the Rams, trying to extend the drive. May right side has a man open. It's Beckett. He gets by Amos, and he's going to go the distance, 69 yards for a touchdown. The 2nd-year man out of Virginia with a big-time score. First touchdown of the day for either teams. It's now 13-6 Rams as that ball's batted away. Penix frustrated because he had a man open. 2nd and 10. Bubble screen Wilson outside, and he picks up 5 of those. Makes it now 3rd and 5. Punch to the right. Penix takes the snap. And he's going to get it as he throws again. Kemp gives up the pressure. It's Dennis Sutton again. And it's a punt for Washington. 3rd and 9 on this next drive for the Rams as May is apparently frozen. It looks like he disconnected his controller. Interesting drive there. Not going to show much else as Allen gets a free sack. So back with the Commanders football at midfield after a short punt as they'll give it to Singletary, trying to tie this one back up as there's a 2-yard carry. Next, back to Singletary, right side, tries to cut it left, runs right into the arm of Danny Stutzman. And now it's 3rd and 7. Gonna go to the air now. Penix in the pocket, throws left side, and that one's almost picked off. Teron Johnson got a hand on it. And that'll be another punt for Washington. Back to the Rams is quickly gonna go down as May. Montez Sweat gets a sack, the new $46 million man. Makes it now 3rd and 18 as May looks across the middle and he's off the line. Sneed with the deflection, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning where the Rams lead 13-6 on what's been a defensive struggle so far. Washington 1st and 10 their own 44 after the warning as here's Gibson getting a nice carry. Picks up about 9.5. Not going to use a timeout. 2nd and inches. Penix to the air. Drops back, has a man in his face, lobs it downfield, and he finds Gibson on a 26-yard floater. Nice pass by Penix. We saw that late in the win last week. He delivers on the run again here. First and 10, dump off for Gibson, and he's going to pick up 7. Commanders still not using a timeout. They don't want to give Rams any time. A 2nd and 3 now inside 30 seconds. Here's Ali, and he's going to get inside the 5 and out of bounds. So first and goal from the 4. Commanders have struggled in the past punching these in, as here's Penix who gets hit almost immediately. Too many people to block. 2nd and goal. As Penix sees something he likes, and I think I see it too. It's 2-on-1 on the outside, and he's going to find Dockery for a touchdown. That's the first career touchdown for Ricky Dockery. The 7th round pick 2 years ago finds the end zone. We're all squired up at 13 apiece after one half. Who will win it in the second? We'll have to find out right after this. Like I said earlier, it is Thanksgiving week in the NFL, so 3 teams have played on a Thursday, including the annual Dallas game. This year they played host to the Colts, and it was an exciting one as the Cowboys win 29-28 late. They go for 2, and they get it for the win. How about that, sending the home fans happy with a feast? Pollard had 3 rushing touchdowns as well to move to 8-3. In Detroit, the other annual Thanksgiving game, and it's the other annual thing that happens. The Lions lose on Thanksgiving, 20-10 to the Buffalo Bills. It has not been a good year for the Lions at Klubnik, and remember, Detroit doesn't even own their first-round pick. The Bills then improved to 5-7, and then finally down south in Cincy, the Bengals playing host to the Saints. This one's today, and it's all squared up so far at 14 apiece. Blake Corum, 2 first-half rushing touchdowns for Cincinnati. Meanwhile, we have a good game here at Landover, tied up at 13 apiece as the Rams to start off with the football in the second half. And on the first play of the half, an interception. Drake May gets picked off by Jatavius Martin, who jumps the route. And Washington set up at midfield to begin their second half with a great chance to take the lead as Singletary starts by ripping off 13, and Andrew Booth is hurt on the play. Now we'll go play fake. Washington. Penix trying to keep his eyes downfield. He just dumps it to the sideline. That's 13 for 26. Hasn't been the most efficient day for Penix. As here's a handoff for Gibson, who picks up a nice first down run. He's had himself a solid outing. Now the 27. It's a quick pass out for Eric Ali, who's got some space. He gets away from Kinchins inside the 10. Practically goal to go here for Washington. As now they hand it off to Singletary, and he's going to get inside the 5, down at the 4. In the gun here, 2nd and goal. Handoff, Singletary again, and he's not going to get there, 2 yards shy. And now you got a big 3rd down. From the 2, Penix to throw. He gets hit right as he throws. Too many men to block, and now 4th and down. They're going to go for it. Penix, though, changes some things up, gets close to the line. He's going to hand it off for Gibson, and he's going to get there just barely. But the gamble pays off. Touchdown Commanders. They take a 20-13 lead. So they cash in off the turnover as Drake May retakes the field. And this time up the middle for Cooper Kupp, who bounced off a tackler, and he gets away. 57-yard answer for the Los Angeles Rams. Cooper Kupp with a sensational catch and run. And how about the fireworks to begin the second half? Back tied at 20 apiece. Is on 1st and 10. Penix is looking for the home run shot, but he just misses McLaurin, who had a step on Cameron Kinchins. Well, 2nd and 10 now from the 30. Handoff Singletary as I try to catch my breath with all this action here in the second half. Now you get 3rd and 9. Here comes a blitz from LA. It's picked up. Penix looks right side, and he can't connect with Wilson off the fingertips. And that's the first punt of the half. Now the Rams a chance to take the lead as this is a quick pass out. Gain of about 9.5. May up over 300 yards now today. The 2nd inches. Here's a handoff for Akers, who fools the defense as he gets out past midfield. Hasn't been the best day for him, but that's been his best run of the day as he gets to the next play. Shakes the tackle. Nice move outside. And that's a hard-fought gain of 3. 2nd and 7 now. Commanders, they bring pressure. It's picked up. May fires across the middle. He had Kupp, but he just missed him. Jordan Poyer in coverage makes it now 3rd and 7. May, left side off the fingertips of Kupp. Martin in the area. That'll be a punt for the Rams as both teams trade punts now. 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Nice run for Gibson, who takes a hard shot. 8 for 50 and a touchdown for him. Out to the 42. Penix to throw on 1st and 10. Fires across the middle, but he can't hook up with Johnny Wilson led him a little too much. 2nd and 10. Play fake. Penix, men all in his face. There's 4 Rams in the backfield. You got to give him time to throw. He dumps it to the sideline. Now 3rd and 10. Penix trying to throw for it again. Steps up, and he's intercepted. Picked off by Andrew Booth, the former Minnesota Viking, back in the secondary as he undercuts the routes. Rams rebuilt their secondary through free agency, and it's paid off here with an interception from Andrew Booth. So they get a short field now after another Penix Jr. interception. They pick up 2 on the first carry. Now 2nd and 8. Akers, big hole left side, and he makes a nice move to the outside. Jukes out Martin. And he's having a much better second half. 2 tight ends here, 1st and 10. It's a play fake. As trying to go for it all, and he finds DJ Moore in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. And they have retaken the lead, 27-20. 4 minutes to go here in the third. It starts off with a Gibson run that goes nowhere. Now quickly 3rd and 6. Penix to throw, fires in the flat. Noah Clancy's not going to get there. And the Commanders will punt it back, and the Rams have a 7-point lead going into the final frame, firing on all cylinders. Had a quick hiccup with the interception, but they've regained the groove. A big 3rd and 2 now here, and it's going to get blown up. The 2-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Jonathan Allen, ends the drive. Much needed. Is still only down by 7. As 1st and 10, Penix has no time to throw again. 2nd and 10 now, bunch to the right. Penix drops back to throw, fires that way, and Wilson can't hold on. The drops continue to be a problem for him in today's game. 3rd and 10 now. Penix to throw, and he's hit right away. Christian Franklin and Havenstein got bullied on that right side. And Penix again has to fire incomplete. We go back to the Rams' offensive possession. Here's Cooper Kupp again, averaging over 100 yards per game in the games he's played this year. He's eclipsed that today as there's an 8-yard catch. Now 2nd and 2. Short pass. That one's incomplete. Nice hit. DJ Moore couldn't hold on by Alex Anzalone. Big 3rd and 2 now. This time the Rams will go to the air. Quick pass. There's plenty of traffic and incomplete. Defense gets another stop. And the offense again only down by 1 score. They go handoff here, 1st and 10. Singletary slips some tackles, falls forward, and picks up 6. Back under center here, 2nd and 4. They go to him again, and this time they're ready for it. Collapsing his Booth and the linebacker crew. And now it's 3rd and 4. Empty due the Commanders. Penix, quick pass outside. Dockery's got the space, and he's got the 1st down. Good read there. And he gets us to midfield, and more importantly, a new set of downs. Another 1st and 10 throw. It's all batted around off a helmet, I think. Incomplete. Tighter formation, 2 tight ends, handoff Singletary, and he's going to meet Kinchins in the hole, who brings him down. And now a big 3rd and 7. Commanders will throw for it here. Penix drops back to throw. Fires right side, and Eric Ali lays out for it. 1st down by the former Iowa Hawkeye. Out to the 34. Again to throw. Penix just steps up. He steps through the pocket. He's got some space. Beautiful block downfield by Wilson. And that's going to be a 24-yard run by Penix Jr. Getting it done with his legs. 1st and 10 now from the 10. Practically 1st and goal. As Penix again this time trying to step up, but not going to happen. Byron Young brings him down for a sack. Now you got 3rd and 15. Jr. to throw. Steps up. He's going to run forward himself. Gets a block, and he's going to get to the 1. Takes the contact, and now the Commanders will go for it. 4th and a goal. Handoff Singletary, and he's not going to get it. They're going to mark him shy. Rams get the ball back on the 1. They got to be careful, though, as Allen doesn't put Akers in the end zone. If I look at that again, it doesn't look like that ball comes out. Knee down, you can see still on the white line. Washington and Leslie Frazier are going to challenge this. They're going to try to get the 2 points. I thought that was a safety. These angles are close, but we saw the definitive angle. But it looks like the Rams are going to get the call. They're going to say he got out of the end zone. Play stands. Frazier is livid on the sideline, but on the next play, it doesn't matter. They're going to get it done themselves. Sweat takes it into his own hands. 27-22, we go to the 2-minute warning. Commanders down by 5, but face a crucial 4th and 16. They're going to go for it here. Penix steps up, fires a deep bomb for the tall Wilson, and it's batted away. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. The Rams get it back. But now on 3rd and 10, Commanders don't have any timeouts thanks to the missed challenge. May's going to throw for it, and he dumps this one to the sideline. You got to take the sack there. The clock will continue to run. Instead, we get gifted a stop clock, and we have one more chance to go down the field. Is on 1st and 10, incomplete. Tried to find Ricky Dockery. 2nd and 10 now. Penix back to throw again. Fires short. McLaurin catch and run. He gets 9. Clock will continue to tick. 3rd and 1. They go quick pass for Wilson. It's incomplete. And now its game is on the line. 4th and 1. They trust Singletary to get it, and he does. However, the clock will continue to run. Inside a minute left to play. To the air again. Penix letting it develop. Deep shot for Wilson. Double coverage. He overthrows everybody. 50 seconds left still on the clock. You got to go 64 yards. A field goal does you nothing. Penix steps up. He runs with it himself, and he's going to slide dive forward to the 50. But now we're inside 30 seconds. Again, Penix quick pass. Singletary short. Clock continues to run. They'll hurry up to the line this time and spike it, but you only got 11 seconds. You got to start getting big chunks of yardage here with no timeouts. 3rd and 5. Penix to throw. Pressure, just dumps it off for Ali, and he doesn't get out of bounds. They can't get back to the line, and we'll do it. The Rams win by a final score of 27-22 as Leslie Frazier takes his first loss as interim head coach of the Commanders. And there will be no win streak here today. They fall to 3-9 on the season. A tough game to follow after last week's upset win on the road in New York, as offense just couldn't get it done. Yes, Penix's completion percentage, interception will look on a stat line, but they gave him no time to throw today. The offensive line was a train wreck. Hits after hits. Alfonso Kemp continues to struggle on that left tackle spot. Maybe we replace him. And we just couldn't get it done. We also suffered 2 injuries. We did not see Gibson's, but he's done for the year. He tears his ACL. Trotter, we saw, he'll miss 3 weeks with an abdominal tear, which is tough. But no more Antonio Gibson, who is having a pretty solid season as the spellback for Singletary. So we will place him on IR, and we'll miss him. And in order to fill that roster spot, we'll sign at backup halfback Tevin Swede, who we drafted this year off the practice squad. The Florida State power back will spell Singletary now as we go into Week 12 action around the NFL. I do want to touch on the Trotter injury. Fortunately, we do have a bye week coming up, so he's only going to miss 2 games. So that's the middle of our defense. And, you know, we lost Trotter. I think it was pretty obvious our middle of the defense was really struggling today. But back to this Week 12 games. It was Thanksgiving, so we will highlight some of these games. We saw the scores here. We did see the Lions lose to the Bills. We did see the Cowboys beat the Colts. Again, looks like they went for 2 at the end, and they got it. The Cowboys and Mike McCarthy, they're throwing it all at the wall. They don't want to go to overtime at all, and it's paid off. The other Thanksgiving game, the Chiefs beat the Raiders 31-21 as Mahomes played very well on Thanksgiving. Beasted, yes, pun intended, on the Raiders, and they get the win. On Sunday, we see the Vikings beat the 49ers, 2 of the top teams in the NFC. Both quarterbacks look very impressive, almost identical stat lines for the 2 of them. We could easily see these 2 teams in the NFC Championship game. Right now, it's the Vikings to get the win. On the AFC side of things, the Dolphins get a much-needed win over the Chargers, 31-17, as Miami tries to battle back into the playoff race and stop being one of the biggest disappointments of the NFL. On Sunday night, the Giants get back in the win column. They beat the Eagles 31-21. Philadelphia really seems like they're going to get that number 1 pick in the draft. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. While the Giants, they get back in the win column. And finally, on Monday Night Football, of course, the Steelers and the Ravens play a close one, 32-31, but it's the Steelers who win by a point to get a much-needed win in the AFC North race. Here are your players of the week. We saw Purdy, despite the loss, get it. Vita Vea had 3 sacks for the Bucs. Drew Allar continues to play absolutely sensational for the New York Jets in the AFC, and then Travis Hunter had an interception for the Texans. So here's our first time we're going to look at the playoff picture, and here is how it looks. The Chiefs are the 1 seed in the AFC. The Jets lost this week, so they're down to the 2. Followed by the Jaguars, the Steelers, who got the big win over the Ravens. They hold the division lead. Bengals and Raiders also wildcards. While in the NFC, it is the Minnesota Vikings with the 1 seed. The Giants, the 2. They are leading our division. 3 is the Falcons. 4 is the Niners. 5 Cowboys. 6 Panthers. 7 Seahawks. A very tight race, though, with still plenty of football to play. And speaking of football, next week we will play host to the 5-7 Green Bay Packers. Another game that we have a chance to win. Green Bay has not played good this season. They did sign Derrick Henry recently to be their halfback going forward, so he's going to be a tough matchup. But I don't want to continue to tank. I want to win games, and I think interim head coach Leslie Frazier does as well. So he'll play a team that he's very familiar with from his days coaching the Minnesota Vikings, and hopefully we can get back in the win column. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for continuing to support the series as we get to the end of year 4 soon. Make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.